Welcome to Module 7, How to Create Landing Pages that Convert Visitors to Customers. First, let's define what is a landing page. The landing page is the web page your prospect will visit immediately after she clicks on your ad. So the prospect will read your ad, then decide to learn more by clicking the ad to visit your website. The page your prospect lands on is called your landing page. So in effect, your landing page will continue the conversation you started with your ad. If you promised a free quote in your ad, then your landing page should explain how the prospect can get the free quote. Now, as I've explained before, one of the number one mistakes business owners make is sending traffic from their ads to their homepage. Your homepage should never be your landing page because your homepage explains everything you do. Your homepage will never be 100% relevant for all of your ads. And in fact, in most cases, you'll need multiple landing pages for a single Google AdWords campaign. We'll talk about that later in this module. The number one goal of your landing page is to sell your product or service and compel your prospect to take action. For many businesses, the desired action is a phone call so you can close the sale over the phone. For other businesses, you may want the prospect to schedule an appointment using an online web form, or you may be able to accept orders online using a shopping cart system. Regardless of your sales process, the goal of your landing page is to continue the conversation from the ad and convince your prospect to take action right now. So let's talk about what makes a great landing page. There are 9 key elements of landing pages that sell. First, a strong headline and subheadline. Second, relevance, so the prospect immediately knows she's on the correct web page. Third, a unique selling proposition, which you created in Module 4. Fourth, benefit-focused text. Fifth, specifics. We're again going to use specifics just like you did in your ads. Sixth, social proof. Seventh, credibility indicators. Eighth, your irresistible offer, which you created in Module 5. And ninth, a call to action. Now let's go through each one in more detail. The most important element on your landing page is the headline, followed closely by the subheadline. This is the first thing a visitor will read and make a split-second decision whether to keep reading more or click the back button. Research has shown that most website visitors make a decision within 3 to 8 seconds of landing on your webpage. So if your headline is weak, your prospects will simply click back and click on one of your competitors' ads. So the goal of your headline is to reassure your prospect is on the correct page and compel her to keep reading. You're not necessarily selling in your headline. You're just trying to get your prospect to read the rest of your page where you'll convince her to take action now. So clearly, it's important to relate the headline to the ad text the prospect clicked on before landing on your webpage. If you promised a free quote, then make sure your headline restates the free quote offer. As I just explained, your headline needs to relate back to the ad the prospect clicked on. And the rest of the page must be relevant as well, or else your prospect could get confused, distracted, or think your business is not a good fit because you're not 100% focused on solving her immediate problem. This means if you're advertising your personal injury practice, then make sure your landing page is laser focused about personal injury. Do not include any other services because your prospect is only interested in hiring a personal injury attorney. If your prospect wanted a real estate attorney, then she would have searched a keyword related to real estate and clicked on an ad promising to offer a real estate closing service. This is another reason why your homepage should never be used as your landing page. You already created your USP in Module 4, and you probably already know why this is a critical component of your landing page. Your USP should give your prospects a compelling reason to do business with you versus your competition. So your prospect is going to be more likely to contact you because your business is clearly the best option. Plus, a great USP will make price a secondary issue. This will reduce the number of prospects you lose to competitors who offer cheaper services. We touched on this point in the previous module when you were developing your magnetic ads. Your landing page copy should be benefit-focused rather than feature-focused. As the business owner, it's easy to get caught up in all the great features in your business and think that's what's important to your prospect. However, people don't buy because of features. They buy because the product or service will benefit their overall well-being. So rather than explain how your business only uses the highest quality tools and equipment to provide the service, explain how your service provides superior results and saves your client time. Or even better, relate the results of time savings to actual money savings if you can. In other words, translate every feature into a benefit for your customer and you'll significantly increase your landing page conversion rate. You should remember we already covered this in Module 6 when you created your magnetic ads. The appliance repair business should include the specific brands like Sub-Zero refrigerators on your landing pages so you call out and speak directly to your ideal prospects. Or if you don't want certain types of appliances, then specifically state which brands you do not work on. Again, this will eliminate wasted time speaking to unqualified prospects clicking on your ads. And finally, when you use numbers, remember to use exact numbers rather than rounding. Exact numbers are more believable, and they tend to stand out more than rounded numbers, so you'll grab more attention from your prospects. Social proof, for example testimonials and reviews, is an absolutely critical component in landing pages. When done properly, social proof will reassure your prospect that 1. She's not the first person to try this product or service, and 2. Other people in her situation have tried this and it works. The first concern is obvious. Nobody wants to pay hard-earned money to be the guinea pig. We want to buy proven products and services that have all the kinks ironed out already. So testimonials and reviews provide proof that other people have already tested the product or service. The second point in italics is important enough to repeat. The social proof you include on the landing page must address the prospect in her situation. This element will separate you from your competition. Generic testimonials will address the first concern, but they still leave room for doubt because they aren't specific to the prospect. For example, if you're offering residential real estate closing services, then you may have 2 categories of prospects: first-time homebuyers and veteran homebuyers. In this example, you would ideally have testimonials from both types of prospects. Therefore, the first-time homebuyer prospect will see an example of someone in her shoes, and the veteran homebuyer will see someone in her exact situation. Both will see that your business can cater to her particular needs. Now, a question you may be asking is, what is the best format for testimonials? And the answer is by far video. Video is the most believable because your prospects can see and hear the testimonial, which makes it more powerful and more believable. Next is audio because that's also much more believable than text alone. However, text is much more powerful than no testimonials at all. So if you can only get text, that's perfectly fine. Remember, when you list the testimonials, try to include as much information as you can about the person who gave the testimonial. For example, try to get permission to list the full name, location, age, occupation, or anything else that may be relevant. This will make the testimonial more believable, and any prospect that shares those same traits will know your service will work for her. Okay, now on to credibility indicators. Unfortunately, there are inexperienced, dishonest, and even fraudulent businesses advertising online. And almost everyone has heard horror stories about somebody getting ripped off or even worse, some form of malpractice. So unless you're a big name company, your prospects are going to think twice before contacting you to do business. Fortunately, there are some credibility indicators that you can use on your website to highlight you're a legitimate business. Listed here are some credibility indicators that will improve your landing page and put your prospects at ease. First, make sure you list your contact information like phone number, physical address, email address, and maybe live chat. The more contact information you include, the better, because it shows that you're a legitimate business and you're reachable if there's ever a question. Next, add any group or associations that you're a member of. For example, if you're a member of the Better Business Bureau, then prominently display the BBB logo on your landing page. If your business has ever been featured in the press, then you can include something like as seen in the Wall Street Journal or as seen on TV if you've ever been on TV. And finally, if you receive orders and payments online, then you can add a third-party trust seal like VeriSign or McAfee. In my experience, the more credibility you add to your landing page, the higher your conversion rate will be, so this is well worth the effort to include. Okay, you created your irresistible offer in Module 5, and now you're going to include it on your landing page. As a refresher, you should have selected one of these 5 types of offers: the free sample offer, special discount offer, strong guarantee offer, or the free gift with order offer. The 5th type is the free information lead generation offer, which I do not recommend for businesses just starting out with online advertising. And finally, your landing page needs a call to action. You can do everything right, but if you don't give clear directions for how you want the prospect to contact you, then all of your hard work will be wasted. One of the number 1 reasons why people do not buy is because they are confused about the next step. I have personally shopped around on many websites and gave up because it wasn't obvious what I should do in order to make a purchase. The key is to make your call to action prominent on the landing page and don't confuse your visitor with multiple options. Finally, before we move on to examples, we need to touch on 3 important points. First, it's important to use conversational language on your landing page. Many business owners make the mistake of trying to be too formal in order to give a more professional image. However, remember, your landing page is simply another salesperson on your team. When you're writing the landing page, always ask yourself, would I say this in person to a prospect? If you wouldn't say it, then rewrite it to be more conversational. Second, you want to emphasize clarity. You want to be as concise as possible, but you don't want to eliminate anything that helps make your landing page more clear. Ask yourself, would a complete stranger who knows nothing about your business understand what you're trying to convey on the landing page? If not, then rewrite it so first-time visitors will have no trouble understanding your offer. And third, you want to design the page for usability versus aesthetics. In my experience, for whatever reason, ugly pages tend to outperform pretty pages. That's not a rule, but the point is that design is for usability, and you shouldn't add anything to your landing page that doesn't have a purpose. Ask yourself, do all the design elements help close the sale? If something on your landing page has no purpose and isn't going to encourage the prospect to take action, then you're probably better off removing it. Now it's time for you to create your landing pages. First, select one of the landing page templates we provided. If you haven't already, you can download the templates above this video. Second, you're going to use the template to create one landing page for each of your keyword groups. Remember, your landing page should be laser focused, so incorporate the keywords in the group on your landing page to make it more relevant. This will help make your page more relevant to the prospect, and it will also help with your AdWords landing page quality score, which we'll talk about shortly. Finally, you'll send the template to your webmaster to create and upload the web pages to your site. Or if you have a content management system like WordPress, Drupal, or Joomla, then either you or your webmaster can create the pages within that system. Here's one of the landing page templates. In the header section of the page, you can add your logo and trackable phone number. The next section is your landing page headline, which you want to match the ads and compel your prospect to continue reading the page. Next, you have the key benefits of your offer. Make sure you focus on benefits and explain how your service is going to help your prospect. Below the benefits is a section where you should explain your offer in more detail. Include all of the detail you listed in the offer template in Module 5. On the right side is your contact web form. You'll need to link this to your customer relationship management system or your email database so that the information is sent to your system. If you don't have a web form and don't want one on your landing page, then use the template with no web form. And finally, at the bottom, you want to list all of your testimonials so you show social proof. So here's an example of the HTML code in one of the templates. I'm using the program TextPad on my Windows computer, but you could also use Notepad. If this looks completely foreign to you, then I recommend you ask your webmaster to make the edits. Anyone familiar with HTML will be able to edit this file very quickly. All you would need to do is send your webmaster an email with text you want for each of the sections of the landing page. Then, as I said earlier, make sure you or your webmaster updates the contact form code highlighted here. And finally, don't forget to edit the footer links to your About Us, Contact Us, and Privacy Policy pages. These are required by AdWords to ensure a high landing page quality score. Now, if you're not technical and you don't have an IT guy or a webmaster, then here's a shortcut to get your landing pages set up. It's called Unbounce, and it's a fantastic tool to quickly set up landing pages for your AdWords campaign. It starts at just $10 a month for 200 visitors, and then goes up in price depending on the number of visitors you have each month. I highly recommend this tool, and you can sign up by going to mainstreetroi.com/unbounce. Before we end this module, I want to explain the AdWords landing page quality score. This is something that causes a lot of confusion for new advertisers, and it's really quite simple when you think about it from Google's perspective. Here are the two reasons why Google implemented the AdWords landing page quality score. 1. Google doesn't want advertisers to ever give Google users a bad experience. If Google users have a bad experience, then they'll stop using Google, and Google will lose ad revenue from those users clicking on ads. Pretty simple, right? For example, Google would never want an advertiser to say, "Get a free quote," if the landing page didn't actually offer a free quote. That would be a bad experience for the Google user. Therefore, your landing page must be relevant to your ads. Also, Google would never want their user to get stuck on your landing page or get bombarded with pop-ups. That would frustrate their users and create a negative experience. So you cannot use pop-ups on your landing page, and you must have clear navigation so the user doesn't get confused or stuck on your web page. And the second reason is because Google doesn't want fraudulent businesses advertising on Google who will rip off Google users. This is pretty obvious. For this reason, Google wants you to display as much information as you can to prove that you're a legitimate business. For example, you should always include a method to contact your business, information about your products and services, and if you use any web forms, then you need a privacy policy that discloses how the information will be used. Now you know why the AdWords landing page quality score exists. Now let's look at what this means for you as you create your landing pages. There are 3 main rules. 1. Your landing page must use relevant and original content. So you can't just copy your competitor's landing page because that would be duplicate content. 2. You must be transparent, so you need links to your contact page, your About Us page, and your privacy policy if you have web forms that collect prospect information. And 3. Your landing page must be easy to navigate so you can't use pop-ups. Those 3 rules are really what the AdWords landing page quality score boils down to. And if you follow the advice in this course and you use our landing page templates, then this will never be a problem for you. So what's next? In Module 8, we'll set up your online and offline conversion tracking, which will be critically important to your success. If you don't have the proper tracking in place, then there's no way to measure and improve your AdWords campaign. Without proper tracking, you're flying blind and you'll have no idea which ads are generating sales and which ads are losing money. Okay, now it's time to take action. First, select the landing page template you want to use. Second, create one landing page for each of your keyword groups in your ad planner file. Try to incorporate all 9 key landing page elements to give you the best chance for success. Third, send the template to your webmaster to create and upload the pages. Or if you have a content management system, then you or your webmaster can create the pages. And fourth, update the magnetic ad maker file with the destination URLs of your landing pages. For example, you should have a landing page for each keyword group, so go back and add the landing page URL for each ad in the keyword groups. The destination URL is the exact URL of your landing page. Alright, that's it. That's the end of Module 7. Now on to online and offline conversion tracking in Module 8.